I'm Jim Check with Now Media Group. On the phone with me, former Premier, BC Premier Gordon Campbell. Thank you for calling in today.
Hi, great to talk to you.
We did a press release, we got it out today, that you've come out and formally endorsed Tracy Gray. Can you give us a little background on why you've done that today?
Yeah, I think Tracy has you know, has been elected. I think she's been a strong voice for Kelowna, a strong voice for Western Canada. She understands the importance of us actually using all of our economic assets to build a future for our kids, our energy assets, our natural resources like our mining assets. And she understands that what the government has done over the last 10 years is basically those away. So if we want to have a strong and healthy economic that supports our social programs and that doesn't, frankly, continue to mortgage the future of our grandchildren, I think we have to send a strong conservative voice from British Columbia, and I think Tracy would be a great MP for Kelowna, and I hope people in Kelowna will give her their support.
Yeah, Kelowna owns a lot to you too, as well. You put that bridge in here for us, the Bennett Bridge.
Well, the W.R. Bennett Bridge was a great one. It was done on budget, on time, and I know that people in Kelowna loved it. One of my favorite events was the opening of the bridge with former Premier Bill Bennett, who just sparkled that day. It was a spectacular day for me, but it was most importantly spectacular because Bill Bennett just loved it, and I was glad that we could do that. And I'm actually proud that we named it after him. He deserved it after all he did for British Columbia. He was a strong Kelowna resident, but he was also a great British Columbian Canadian. And I think Tracy is going to be, the kind of representative of Kelowna that Bill Bennett has always represented, in my mind.
Why do you think it's important right now, this election? What makes this election so important for British Columbians and Canadians alike?
Well, I think, we've been sort of subject to magical thinking because of the Trump intrusion that we've had. And honestly, we have to look at the last 10 years of federal Liberal government. We have the same team that are asking for support again. I think it's important to hold governments to account. This is a government that has sunk us into debt, that's added 43,000 people to the federal workforce without adding any additional benefits. It's a government that's locked away two of our most important assets, our energy asset and our mining asset, our mineral assets. In fact, we're in a major international competition now. Canada can win that competition, but it's like sending our Team Canada, our hockey team out and saying, well, we're going to put Connor McDavid and Mitch Marner and Nate McKinnon on the sidelines for the entire game. That's what we've done to our energy industry. It's what the Liberals have done to our mining industry. They've overwhelmed it with regulation. And frankly, now that Mark Carney has told everybody that he's going to keep C-69, he's basically saying we're going to lock away our energy resources for the future. And what happens then is our young people pay the price. We're not going to have as vibrant an economy. We're not going to have as many opportunities. And we're going to have much more debt and higher taxes.
Yeah, that hockey analogy is so very true. It's like we've got our superstars benched and we're playing junior B players, and they may be superstars in the future, but right now they're more junior B players in solar and all the green stuff. But right now our superstars are not getting on the ice.
My grandparents worked hard to make their quality of life, to build on the support for me and my kids now and my grandkids. I think we should do the same thing for our grandkids. All of our grandkids deserve the same opportunities that we have. After 10 years of federal Liberal government, most young people are saying to themselves today, I can't afford a house. I thought I could afford a house when I was in my 20s. We can get back to that, but we can't with this kind of overregulation, constantly borrowing money, constantly growing government, and constantly growing. It's not going to work in the future. It didn't work in the past. It won't in the future. So it's time for a real change. It's time to put voices like Tracy's in the Parliament so they can speak for us and speak for our grandkids as well.
I mean, the polls show that the young generation, the 18 up to about 55 years old, are definitely leaning towards the conservative, towards change. And it's the gray hair people like you and I that are that are kind of like leaning towards liberal. What do you make of that? Because that seems to be a flip, because in the past it would be the older people supporting conservatives, and now it seems to have flipped.
Well, I know there's families in Kelowna that have been there for generations. They're like me. I'm no longer a young person. I used to be a young person. Now I'm not. I'm an older person, right? I've lived for 3/4 of a century so far. And every year government has grown. The burden of government has grown. And we need someone to say, hold it. We've been taken care of. Let's take care of our kids now. Just when you go to the polls, think about your grandkids. Think about the future that we're giving to them. Our healthcare is deteriorating. Our housing is unaffordable. Our economy is one of the worst in the OECD. Those are the results. Those are the facts of 10 years of federal Liberal government. We have to change that. We have to hold them to account. Why would we put the people that have put us in this situation back in charge? So I'm asking people to vote for their grandchildren. Vote right. Vote based on the facts, not on some kind of magical thinking that says there's a magic wand we can wave. People know it'll be hard work, but let's work on behalf of the next generation.
Last question for you, Gordon, and thank you for your time today. Is one of the strengths that Mark Carney has kind of preyed on is to drive kind of more of a fear campaign by invoking the name Trump all the time. How do you think Pierre Poilievre can handle Trump versus Mark Carney?
I think one of the things that's been most
Sorry, I'm losing you there. Hello? He is on the road, so I'm not sure if we're going to catch him. Sorry, I lost that, Yota. I lost you there when you started talking.
I think Pierre Poilievre is a man of his word. He will stand up for Canada. He will strengthen Canada by liberating our energy and our natural resources. He will strengthen Canada by giving young people hope and opportunity in the future. We can't continue to borrow our way out of the future. Anyone that thought that Mark Carney was going to be the Paul Martin of the 21st century is sadly disappointed after looking at the Liberal policy platform that they put out, which is more tax and more dependence on the United States.
I do thank you for your time, Mr. Campbell, and thank you for your service to our province as well.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to call. Talk to you soon.
All right, thank you very much. And thank you for watching Now.
Bye-bye.
We don't just report the news. We live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now, local, independent.